What's up, y'all? Marjack79 here. So yesterday we did my top 10 action figures of 2020, and we're going to switch gears and we're going to do my top 5 worst figure purchases reviews for 2020. Yeah, so I can only come up with 5, man, because I'm not a toy reviewer that just reviews a figure just because it's there or to try to complete a wave. Every purchase of a toy that I make, is a strategic, passionate decision that, I fell in love with the character or the movie or the anime or the show or whatever. And that's what leads me to collect action figures for each retrospective purchase that I make. Every blue moon I come across a figure that looks good in package, but just the execution of it just does not turn out too well. And fortunately, I can only really come up with, I had like 6 or 7, but I narrowed it down to 5. We're going to have a couple of honorable mentions. So yeah, man, that's really it. So let's get started. Okay, honorable mention 1 for worst figure of 2020, the Marvel Legends Black Widow movie figure. Yes, this is solely on the list because of the articulation and the accessories. These are not the batons that this figure comes with. These are a completely separate Black Widow figure. The face is still amazing. I love that Black Widow face, but other than that, the articulation on it was absolutely horrendous. The legs, that's literally as far close apart as the legs can go. You see on the Infinity War Black Widow how she can scoot her legs together? This figure cannot do that. So, literally the only saving grace is this face, and that's what saved her from making the official list. Number 5, the Nano Gauntlet Hulk from Endgame. I hate this figure. I really do. This was one of the first figures that I reviewed for 2020. It looks so good in all the promotional imagery with the outfit. I really wanted this version of Professor Hulk because this is really the first version of him that came out. Because for some reason, Marvel Legends only created the Build-A-Figure Hulk with his ripped up clothing from when they went back in time, but they didn't have him in this outfit though. So I really wanted him in his final outfit, which is what led me to get this figure. And the articulation was bad, face sculpt was bad. I feel like the coloring was off. It was just not good. It was just not good at all. So yeah, that's why it's number 5. Number 4, the SH Figure Arts Zamasu. If you saw my review of this figure, you know exactly why it's on the list. Accessories, man, price point. The figure itself is great. I really enjoyed the figure, but it costs $70. The SH Figure Arts Vegito Blue costs $70 as well, with a ton of different accessories. This came with literally the figure itself and a couple of sets of hands. No sword, barely a couple of faces, just nothing to really set it apart. That was such a disappointment. This is the Dragon Star's beam sword, for God's sakes. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get some dislikes for this one because, of course, there's still people that are trying to argue that this was an amazing release. But no. It makes my list solely because of the price point and the lack of accessories. Number 4. Number 3, Kale Kim Goku. Now, when I originally reviewed this figure, I really did like it. The only major issue that I had with it is just so glossy. It's just so glossy, man. When I'm walking past the shelf and I just catch myself looking at it, I just be like, why? It looks like somebody dropped him in a tub of oil, and just why? I just don't understand the design choice. And then, honestly, though, I like the figure enough to get another one and make a Super Saiyan Blue Kale Kim Goku out of it. But when you compare it to the other Kale Kim Goku, it's like, why didn't they just do it like that? I don't know. At the price point, it said it was only like $35. So it's not a horrible release, but definitely the weakest SH Figure Arts purchase that I made this year, for sure. Number 2, Rita Repulsor from the Lord Zed Rita Repulsor 2-pack. It's basically a statue. I mean, the face sculpt looks okay. The outfit is decent. I think I would have preferred a hard plastic and not that soft cloth material. But I couldn't really get any articulation out of this figure at all. I mean, she couldn't bend her arms. I mean, I've had some people like comment like she can bend her arms. Well, mine can't. I tried. Felt like it was gonna break. So yeah, it was not working. So yeah, I love the character. It was definitely probably during my childhood one of the first bad guys that I was introduced to. I started watching Power Rangers when I was 5. So 10,000 years. So number 2, Rita Repulsor. Number 1, the Professor Xavier from the Magneto Professor X 2-pack from Marvel Legends. This is my worst figure purchase that I made this year. If you've seen that video, you know exactly why. The knee joints, that horrifically bad head, the lack of the X symbol on the wheelchair, how he can't balance his feet on the little pedestals here without looking like he's slouching. Just everything about this figure just made me upset. I didn't like it. The saving grace was the Magneto. I enjoyed that figure, but the 2-pack Professor X, I hate this figure. I hate it, and it sucks because it's literally the only version of the Patrick Stewart Professor X that exists. So I just have to deal with it until hopefully they make a replacement. So yep, so those are my top 5 worst figures of 2020 with an honorable mention. So that's it, man. Yeah, it's been a good year for figures, man. Can't wait to keep working on this stuff. I love doing it, and we're going to keep this train moving forward. If you like what you saw, you know what to do. Hit that like button. You can follow me at youtube.com/markjack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. I'll catch you guys later. Happy New Year. Bye.